Hey guys, Paul from Ashen. It is new comic book day for the week of October 6th, and we're going to get started right now. This episode brought to you by Paul and Tim Do a Thing. We do a thing. Check in the description for a link, or check up there. We'll do something along those lines.
Hey guys, it's Tim from Capes and Scowls, Paul and Tim Do a Thing, Team Ashen, and this in the comic book store. So, let's talk about trades, huh? I've got Batman Detective Comics. This is hardcover volume. I have no earthly idea. It's the Road to Ruin storyline. So it's issues 1028 to 1033. I don't see a number on it. I'm sorry, there's no number. Oh god. We have The Call of Cthulhu, a mystery in 3 parts. This looks really cool. If you're into Cthulhu and madness, you need it. Vampire Hunter D, Omnibus, Book 1. I ordered this. It's huge, but you can't kill a man. Hey, it's an actual book. How about that? It's a book. I thought it was a comic book. It's a good thing I checked, right? Orcs in Space. This is from Oni Press and Justin Roiland, the guy who co-created Rick and Morty. Then we have Silvercoin. I loved Silvercoin. We've definitely talked about it. We will talk about it more. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. We have Lady Mechanica, Volume 3. This is a thinner volume. It's only $7.99, which makes me think it's kind of more like an issue. I don't know how that works. It's a shorter, I guess, part of the story. Inkblot. We've reviewed Inkblot. It's kind of a weird story. This is Volume 2. Not a bad weird, though. Sensational Wonder Woman. We reviewed this as well. This is issues 1 through 7. It was pretty decent. We have Ascender, which is up to Volume 4. When Descender came out, I didn't think this would keep going for so long and have such a huge story. Then we have Vampire the Masquerade, Winter's Teeth, Book 2. It's a mouthful. I'm not real huge on this stuff, but apparently it's amazing because people have been saying some great things about it. We got Abbott, 1973. I don't think we read this at all. This was Boom, though. It looked kind of neat, but I got nothing for you. Marvel's Spidey and His Amazing Friends, based off the Disney Junior cartoon. How cool of a sentence is that? And you get those are his friends, Gwen and Miles. We have Batman. Man, so many trades. Curse of the White Knight is now in small version. Smaller.
Awesome series.
Yeah, it was really good. Godzilla, World of Monsters. This, you'd have to want. No, you can't kill a man with this. $30 for this huge book, though. This has a couple different series, and it looks like Gangsters and Goliaths, Cataclysm, and Oblivion, and probably some extra stuff as well. If you haven't read the Godzilla stuff, it's been super good. Scarrant Hood. I reviewed issue 1 of this, and I think issue 2. This was weird, but again in a good way. This is a good thing for your October horror kind of good time fun jamboree. I made that up. Star Trek Voyager 7's Reckoning. Were you a big Voyager fan?
A little bit.
I kind of stopped after Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
That was me.
Tough.
Yeah. Well, hey, Voyager, if you like 7, here she is. She's doing 70 things.
First up, we have Amazing Spider-Man issue number 75. This is the new run, the new arc. Everything new. And it's not bad. Unfortunately, to me, it feels a little bit more like Slott than Spencer. And I loved Spencer. And a lot of people weren't a fan of Slott. One thing I loved about Nick Spencer's work is that he brought the quippiness and the fun of Spider-Man back, and this is kind of taking away all of it. So yes, granted, a lot of bad things happened at the end of this run, and he has to come to terms with it, but it still feels a little bit too somber and a little bit too meh. And then also we have Ben Reilly coming back into the situation, and things are just going to go bad to worse, and I don't know if we really had enough time to kind of flesh out what is going with the new writers and the new arc. So, I don't know. It's an interesting beginning, but it's one of those things where I think too much was done too quickly to change the narrative back to there. It's up to you if you want to grab it.
All right, first up, we have from DC's Horror, we've got Soul Plumber. I think this is the people who do the Last House on the Left podcast. I think somebody told me that. Maybe they lied to me. Maybe I'm lying to you. But I gotta tell you, I'm okay with it. This story is weird. It is about a young man who is super religious, very Christian, and he is trying to find a way to express that. He wasn't able to ultimately become a priest, but he's still very religious, and he's trying to help people where he can. There are some crazy, crazy collection of characters in here. Really deplorable. Like, it's hard to get behind him. You know, it's like a Jay and Silent Bob kind of thing, but like worse. And basically, he is trying to find a way. He comes in contact with some people that are able to purge demons from humans, and it's just so weird. At least that's what you think they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. It's very weird. It made me ask a lot of questions, but I don't know if I'm in for issue 2. I don't know. It's just a lot. It's just kind of a lot.
Next up, we have The Me You Love in the Dark, issue number 3. This is such an interesting book because you just see the relationship between the main character and the entity, whatever it may be, just deepening and growing to a point where I wasn't expecting it to go. This feels very less malevolent than the last issue did, but there still just feels something wrong. Something just doesn't feel quite right. And I really want to see where this goes. I really want to see where this issue... The art, obviously, is amazing. The art has been beautiful. The storytelling has been fantastic in this. Just going to be really interesting to where it goes.
All right, next up from Image, I've got A Righteous Thirst for Vengeance. This is a new Rick Remender book. I love Remender. This one did not have a lot of dialogue in it. I read this super quick. But the story and the tone of the book is definitely there. The art's pretty cool. It's a guy, I think he's Chinese. I think it started in Chinatown. Not that that makes him Chinese, but I believe that's what he's supposed to be. And he is walking out of Chinatown into other areas. And it's just kind of like an eye-opening look at kind of how people are treated and in different areas. And he's just really having a bad day. And there's a lot of heavy thought in weird, normal, kind of everyday life. They're just throwing a lot at you. And he seems like a nice guy. He's got a lot of good thoughts in his head, but things go quite bad for him. And it seems like come issue 2, things are going to get even worse. Weird, good, and I need more. I need to know more. I'm on the fence about adding this to my bin. But it is definitely a different kind of book from Remender. And I think it's worth checking out. And you guys can decide for yourselves.
Next up, we have The Conjuring, The Lover, issue number 5. It's done. We have the cataclysmic end of what happened in the last issue. And I wasn't expecting the ending. And where it went. It left way more questions than it did answers. And obviously, that's just because you're going to be going into another series, and it's going to be an ongoing thing with this. Hopefully, get more answers in the next series. But again, the standout is that anthology type storyline in the end of this book, and it's really great. I mean, I love DC horror. The DC horror has been fantastic in this, and it will give you a somewhat satisfying ending, but I'm not going to spoil anything for you. But things went way bad, way worse, and I mean, the ending works. The ending definitely works for what happens here. But you might not like it. I mean, might not like where it goes. I mean, it's still a fantastic book. Just interesting.
All right, what was my pick of the week, Paul?
No, but I saw it. I think I saw it. It's something to do with chickens.
It does have to do with chickens. It's Chicken Devil, number 1. It's from Aftershock. Of course, I have to read a book called Chicken Devil. Of course. But this book is awesome. The art is so good. The use of perspective, I was loving it. The colors are great. Holy crap, this book is insane. What you have is a man who kind of has a bunch of chicken restaurants, and he's kind of like invented this pressure cookery kind of system that has made some really good chicken. And he gets mixed up against his will with some mob kind of people, and everything goes straight to hell. So that's fun. You will not believe where this goes, and it is just so bonkers and so good. And I didn't see any of the twists really coming. I mean, you have an idea that this is going to happen, but beyond that, no idea. Really violent, though. Very violent, very graphic. But, man, I had a blast reading this. So this one's probably getting added to my list. Check it out. It's a weird, violent mob chicken story. You'll love it. It's your best chicken mob story you've ever read.
And my pick of the week is Dark Ages issue number 2. I love this. I mentioned it that this was Marvel's version of Deceased, and that's because I thought it seemed familiar, but the writer who does Deceased is doing this, so it all makes sense. You have those similar tones. This explains what happened all that time that was going from the end of this book to now, explaining how the world came to be what it was, and setting up the main threat of, or setting up the main type of threat that we're going to be getting. The art is amazing, and it's really interesting how they've really set up this world. The world is set up extremely well, and I love everything about it, and I can't wait for it all to go to hell, because it's all going to go horribly wrong in the next couple of issues. So I'm excited for it. This has been an amazing series. I can't wait for more.
All right, guys, that is it. We are done. Thank you for taking this crazy comic book ride with us. If you are interested, Paul and I do have that second channel, Paul and Tim Do a Thing, where we do a thing. And don't interrupt me. And I like his face. I'm so mean to Paul. If you like me being mean to Paul, there's a ton of it on that channel.
So much of it.
Shut up, I'm talking here. Anyways, we do that. And Paul's on Twitch, so if you want to see him play games where he murders people horribly, right? Mostly murder games?
Mostly murder games.
Paul loves murder games because he's such a happy-go-lucky guy. He's like, I gotta get my murder in somewhere. There's only so much Viking metal in this world. Tell him, Paul. Anyways, that is it. That's it for us. Thank you for checking it out, and we will be back next week. And that's about it for me. Bye.